the saga begins. Begin war.
Yo, what is going on guys, my name is Defending Machine, and today I've got you a bit more of a tips and tricks video, yet again like I did with the how to dominate Riot. I will do more than map breakdowns since that went so well, and that's why I'm kind of doing this video today. This video today, if you can't tell by the title or the thumbnail of the video, it is how to get and maintain a high KD within Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. And this is a question I actually get asked a lot, because a lot of people, like bigger YouTubers even, who meant to have high KDs on previous Call of Duties like 5s, 6s, 7s like Ali and stuff, they only have like 2 KDs, 3 KDs, but in this game I'm still rocking that 4 KD that I had in Call of Duty Ghosts. So yeah, it's a little bit lower, but I've still managed to get it, and these are just some of the tips and tricks that I use to help myself keep that KD. So getting straight into it, first of all what I want to say is, just to start things off, don't be deceived by all of my gameplays that I put up on my channel that are like double DNA bombs, really high gun streaks and all that stuff, because my stats on that account are a lot lower. So if you're trying to replicate that and you yourself have pretty good stats and you get put in with really sweaty players or relatively sweaty players in each game that you actually join, then don't be following all that, because that doesn't really work if you're getting put with sweats all the time. This tactic here that I'm going to show you guys today, because I thought, yeah, 43 kill streak's okay, it's not a DNA bomb by all means, but it is a 43 kill streak on a 4 KD account, and you've got to bear in mind that I'm playing people with the same stats as me, so it is kind of difficult. So imagine everyone running around expecting to get 4 kills without dying, and then there's me getting 43 without dying. Now that that's all cleared out the way and I've introduced everything I need to introduce to tell you guys what you're watching today, tips and tricks wise in the video, first of all what I want to say is, I can't stress this enough, you need to be using some form of score streaks that are right for you and actually benefit you. If you can see in the gameplay here, I'm using UAV, Warbird and Bombing Run, but those score streaks are only good because I've made them good. On the UAV I've got threat detection and extra time. It's not too challenging for me to get like 1,000 points just to get my UAV. It's an 850 point UAV, I've got threat detection and extra time on it, which allows me to kind of see people through walls all red like you can see there. I can just see them a lot around the map, and I get the advantage of shooting them first when I come around the corner or an obstacle, because I can actually see them through it. So if I didn't make that first tip there quite clear enough, I was trying to stress that you need to be using a UAV with at least threat detection, the score streak attachment, because if you're not using that, then you're not really knowing where people are on the map. You might be able to see them on the UAV, but in this game, you probably know this by now, it's Captain Obvious here, but people have exosuits and they can dash around the map pretty quickly, and the UAV on the minimap isn't always reliable as actually seeing them through walls in person. So the second tip for the score streaks is you need to be using at least 2 offensive score streaks which actually get you kills besides the UAV, which obviously doesn't get you any kills, but it is very helpful anyways. So what I like to use is the Warbird with Aggressor. I don't like to use Defender because it kind of follows me around, but in this gameplay I stupidly have Defender on because it's kind of clinging to me, the Warbird, and I have extra time on that also. But on the Bombing Run I have additional Bomber, so I can kind of clear 2 parts of the map like parallel lines going across the map and completely carpet bombing and clearing that area out that I need to clear out. And I also have Stealth, so people can't really tell if I'm coming in or not, or if I'm actually going to blow their asses up. If you can't tell by those 2 score streaks at the end there, the Warbird and the Bombing Run, they are quite demanding. They're honestly over 1,000 points to get in a score streak in one life. They're like 1,125 for the Bombing Run. That is quite a lot just for one airstrike, I think. But they are honestly really rewarding, because once you get cycling those, you can call them in, move around the map, call them in, move around the map, and you can get a lot of gun kills doing this as well, because honestly, using these score streaks, it really throws people off, like to say, oh, where am I going to go now? This guy's going to call in another Bombing Run. Who's doing this? Why? Why are they doing this to us? And like calling in Warbirds and stuff. And honestly, it's a really good tactic to use the high streaks than the lower streaks, I think, because if you use high streaks, I think you're guaranteed a good game all the time, but if you use lower streaks, I don't think you're guaranteed to do as good with those lower streaks as you would with high streaks. It's common sense at the end of the day, really. If you're willing to get more points in one life to go towards a score streak that is actually demanding more points for what it's doing, then that will definitely probably do more most of the time than something like an assault drone or a missile strike would. But honestly, it depends at the end of the day how you use those. Like if you use the missile strike and you catch a lot of people off guard outside, or the assault drone with people not seeing it and think it's a recon drone, then you'll probably do a lot of work with that as well, and you can cycle through that and kind of do the same thing I'm doing here, but it won't be kind of shaking the map as much, shaking the players up as much, and making them honestly worry about you coming to kill them. Moving on to the guns and perks side of this particular strategy that I like to use, the perks are not as flexible as the guns. The guns are a little bit more flexible, but honestly, to do good against good players, you need to be using things that are slightly overpowered and slightly give you that edge to everyone else every game. So the perks, what you want to be using are things like low profile blind eye, toughness and scavenger or toughness and blast suppressor. It's up to you really. It's up to you how good you are at preserving ammo or willing to pick up other people's guns. Those perks are the particular ones that you want to be using because they keep you out of the radar, they keep you out of the sky's sight and everything like that, and it mainly keeps you harder to see from everyone else on the map anyways, even if it's using score streaks or if it's running around. So for guns, there's honestly not a lot to say about guns, even though that is the main part. I mean, duh, you're killing people, you're shooting people, it's Call of Duty, but there's honestly not a lot to say because you want to be using an overpowered gun to start with to learn yourself how to position yourself on maps, what points to take and where to call on your score streaks. So I recommend something definitely when you're starting out to use an AK-12 or a BAL, and then if you're feeling more flexible and if you're feeling more confident on a different map or a smaller map like Comeback, move to guns like an MP11 if you want to. I mean, it's completely up to you, but this is how I do good, and I thought I'd share it with you guys today. And I just want to say at the end there, what is with people like killing people like that? I'm getting killed so many times by this stupid stinger thing. I think I'm in the kill. Yeah, me and 3 other people are in the kill cam here. Why? Like, why? Why are you using that? I get killed by that so many times and it's just annoying. I've got so many clips of me dying, but there you saw. I went 61-7. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed and a favourite if you loved it, if it really helped you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in Shout Out Saturday. Peace out. I'm not holding back for anyone.